In this video I'm going to show you two different ways to connect your Xbox to your TV and your surround sound system. Let's get started. In order to complete this task, we're going to need two connection cables. The first one is the red, white, and yellow, which actually comes part of the Xbox 360. The second cable we need is also a red, white, and yellow. This has to be purchased separately. It does not come with the Xbox 360. The first step is to plug this end of the Xbox cable into the back of the Xbox. Now this is going to be the first of two different methods. In this method, we're going to connect the Xbox directly to the television. So we take the other end of that Xbox wire, the red, the white, and the yellow, and we locate an AV input on the back of the television, red, white, and yellow, and we match the colors. Red to red, white to white, yellow to yellow. By making that connection I just showed you, the Xbox is going to display on the TV and the sound from the Xbox is going to come through the TV speakers. But of course we still want to make the connection so the sound of the Xbox comes out of the home theater surround sound system. For that we need to make the second connection using this type of wire right here, the second wire. And all we're going to make is the white and red connection. So on the back of the television we're going to locate the audio output. It says on this TV audio out. And again, color match, red to red, white to white. Now we're going to make the last connection with the other end of that wire to the back of our surround sound or home theater system. We're going to identify what's called an AV input on the back of the receiver. In this particular receiver, I have a white and red input labeled game. So I'm going to use this one because when I'm selecting this input on the front of the receiver, I'm going to select the game input. White to white, red to red. Turn on the Xbox. Turn on the surround sound receiver. Make sure the surround sound receiver is set to the correct source. In this case, it automatically selected game because that was the only thing plugged into the back of the receiver. But your source button typically is on the face of the receiver itself, and it's also on the remote control. So, for example, if the source was not set correctly, in other words it was set to your satellite television or your cable television, you'd simply locate the gaming button and press it. Turn on your TV. Make sure your TV is on the correct source. There's a source button on your remote or an input button on your remote. There you go. In the second method, I'm going to use the same wires. I'm going to connect them differently. To start, I disconnected all the original wire connections I made using the first method, just to make sure there's no confusion. Again, we take the Xbox plug it in the back of the Xbox. Next, we take the other end of that wire, and rather than connecting it directly to the television, we're going to connect it directly to the surround sound home theater receiver. Again, I'm going to use the gaming input, and I'm going to color match. Yellow to yellow, white to white, red to red. Now I'm going to start to make my connection to the television. Using that second red, white, yellow cable, I'm going to locate the AV input and again color match. I'm going to start with the composite video connection, which is yellow, and then my analog audio connection, which is white and red, the left and right channel stereo sound. Now we need to go ahead and make the last connection. This can be a little bit tricky, and the only reason I say that is because every surround sound home theater receiver system is a little bit different. Yours might look similar to this one on this sample video, but it's not going to look identical. So because every brand of receiver is a little bit different in terms of what connections it has on the back and what features it's capable of, I'll have to show you a method that's probably not identical to the receiver you're working with. But this is going to be a universal connection right here. This yellow connection is going to be a universal connection on all receivers. And I'm going to take this yellow wire and I'm looking for monitor out, and I plug that yellow into monitor out. So now that leaves us with two connections. Now you need to look on the back of your receiver to see if you have an output labeled tape, T-A-P-E, tape. If you do, plug the white and red into the tape output. If you don't, you might look for something called a zone 2 or a zone 3. In this particular case, I'm going to plug it into the zone 3 because the zone 3 is going to be seldom used. White to white, red to red. Now, the steps for operating this equipment are identical to what I showed you in the first method. If your receiver has the tape out, which most do, 75 to 85 or 90% are going to have a tape out. This one doesn't have it, so I can't demonstrate it. If you don't have a tape out, but you have a zone out, you need to assign that zone to output the gaming input. I know that maybe is a little bit confusing, but I also know that probably 80% of the viewers of this video are going to have a tape out on the back of their receiver, and that's what they're going to use, and that doesn't require any special programming. Hey, we appreciate you watching. We would appreciate if you subscribe to our channel. We put out videos all the time. Please visit our website. There's a link right below this video. We've got hundreds of articles, diagrams, other connection type things. And if you happen to know anybody who you think might benefit from any of these how-to videos, would you please share a link with them? We appreciate it, and we hope you have a great day.